Alrighty, yet another 2024 release that I watched today because today is like technically a quadruple upload. But yeah, so Knox Goes Away was recommended by a friend of mine, and he had said that he loved the movie, and watching it now, I see why. It is so incredibly interesting and so well built. It's a fascinating feature. So let's just talk about it. So the story is about this hitman who is suffering from a different style of dementia, a more fast acting one, and there's murder. But not in the way that you would expect in this type of movie, as it is more of a thriller than an action movie. And when I read Michael Keaton directed and starring and Hitman, I'm like, oh, it's one of a John Wick or a Taken type deal, but it's not. It's very interesting, and I don't want to say why because it's not in the synopsis, and I don't want to spoil it. But it's fascinating, and it makes for such an interesting watch that really lends itself to future rewatches to see and retake in that performance. So I'm giving the story a hand grenade score because it is fascinating, and in my opinion, it is worth a rewatch. Now, the cinematics, I have to say, are a bit lacking. There's not real much cinematic flair. There's not really much of a soundtrack. There's not much action. As mentioned, it's more of a thriller, even though I was sort of expecting more action. But again, I'm not disappointed by it. It's truly an interesting film, and it really made me think, which is even cooler. So, yeah. I'm going to give it a Hot Pocket score in the cinematic aspect because it's not really cinematic. It is a movie that you sit and you think more than you would have expected. Now, Michael Keaton's directing is really good. I really enjoyed how he framed some shots. I really enjoyed the ideas behind it. It was very well put together. I'm giving his directing a hand grenade score, much like I'm giving his performance in this movie a hand grenade score. The performances, him, James Marsden, and Al Pacino, really were the backbone of the film. But him alone, so good. And the way everything happens, too, the way he gives his dialogue as this, it was fairly reminiscent of, I think it was Julianne Moore in Still Alice. I just remember Still Alice, but I'm pretty sure it was Julianne Moore. But the way that this movie portrays the dementia is different than how it is portrayed in Still Alice, because they are both very different takes and diseases. But it's just reminiscent, and I really enjoyed how it was shown and how he acted it out. So he must have got a lot of direction from the director. I had to say it, sorry. But yeah, hand grenade score there as well. Expectations and experience. Like I said, it was not at all what I expected. I expected this to be a fast-paced action movie, but then it ended up being more, like I said, it's a thriller. It's a good one. I enjoyed this a lot, and I'm going to say that this is a certified hand grenade movie. I am even willing to rewatch this to show it to more people because it fascinated me, and it's truly one of those that it leaves you thinking, and I'm happy that it was the last one I watched today. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on Knox Goes Away if you even saw it, but check it out on Max if you have it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.